Brunson gets it, fires up a three. Shot no good. The chip, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone with 1.2 remaining.
The greatest comeback in sports history.
In history.
In history. In history. 107-106 in Gotham. The New York Knicks are up 3-1, headed back to San Antonio. And while I want so badly to hear that pop, the Brian Christopher pop of a Game 6 win back in the Garden, to quote the very blonde lady whose hair fell out right on my screen 30 years ago, she's sitting courtside, "Hey, Peter, kick his ass." And I hope the Knicks do win it in Game 5. I want OG to whip out his dinghy and make it rain on the Spurs Spur logo center court with the Larry O'Brien trophy behind it, the thing they will not be receiving. I want Alvarado to march on into San Antonio and jump with that God-given hop, and I want him to jump up high, yank his shorts down low, and put his ass in 7'6" Wemby's French frog face. I want the Knicks to make every sports pundit question. I want the Knicks to make every sports pundit question Wemby being the second coming of anything. I want him to be embarrassed. Okay, I want KG and those Tibetan monks to squeal. I'm 26 years old. I have been watching these Knicks, these Knickerbockers, since grade school. I had my Amari Stoudemire jersey on for School Spirit Day in 5th grade, all right, repping my favorite team. A jersey that Hoover, Amanda stole one day about 6 years ago. I don't even want to get into it. I was there for Zeke, Mike D'Antoni, Mike Woodson, Rambis, Fisher, Hornacek, Mike Miller, David, I'm not even joking, fucking Fizdale, Tom Thibodeau, Coach of the Year, must I say, and Mike Brown, the best of all the Mikes I just mentioned. Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, Luke Cornett when his lumberjack ass was here in New York, Reggie Bullock, Ennis Cantor, Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel, Pablo Prigioni, Old Man Jason Kidd, Andrea Barjani, Tingus fucking Pingus, Raymond Felton, Landry Fields, Jose Calderon, Thanasis, not Giannis, Thanasis, Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose twice. I watched 2 games of Jimmer Fredette, Orange Julius, RJ, Obi, Quickly, QG, Brogdon, Alec Burks, Taj, Cam Reddish for a week or two. That's somehow turned into Josh fucking Hart. Portland, stay hopeless. Jericho Sims, the actual real heart of the New York Knicks franchise, the Villanova legend, Ryan Arcianato. Precious, Evan Fournier, Obi's kid brother Jacob, Campaign, Dante DiVincenzo, Tyler Kolek, all just to get here to this very moment. What a Game 4 it was. 13 straight, a stumble, a quick recovery, a team of destiny, does it ever feel so? And I will take a decisive Game 4 win with an NBA final history record comeback win down 29.
It feels so great. I regret not watching the Knicks for the majority of my life.
You were not a guy about it.
I was somebody who said, "Hey, Brunson ain't on the team. I don't give a fuck." I did not worship the Knicks like you did for your entire upbringing.
I went left, you went right.
Honestly, I went through most of my life not caring about sports.
Right.
I started playing drums around 13, and I was like, you know what? Music's all I care about. I don't care about anything
You
else.
were like leather bracelets, pierced ears.
Oh my God.
Hot Topic shirts.
It sounds like you're making a joke. I had so many leather bracelets.
Yeah, almost gauntlets, really, how large they were.
Yeah, and not only were they gauntlets, they had a chain connecting them to the ring finger.
Yeah, and then you said, you know what's cool? What if I fulfill my masculine urge of getting a wallet? What if I connect that wallet with a chain, and that chain loops out of my jean shorts, out of my jorts, and up to my belt?
Yeah, it's really cool to talk about how much of a pussy I was. You
How
were so cool
I am.
all
I
the
know.
time. I was always a pussy.
I agree. I cannot agree more.
My point is, I didn't care about sports at all, and I don't regret many things in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I regret one thing in my life.
Not wrestling. So you regret 2 things. You regret 2 things.
I'd be regretting caring about sports because sports are so important. Honestly, religion, top notch. Sports, right under there.
It's when you're watching A Few Good Men, unit, corpse, God, country. In reality, it's God, the New York Knicks, country. And I do not care if it's conspiratorial or if I am in some kind of way a propagandist here, but I do believe the NBA is at a crossroads here when it comes to who they actually want to win this series. Because on one hand, you have the Knicks, who on paper are the quintessential team of the NBA. And I know we have the Lakers and the Celtics and all those wins, and I do believe the NBA would trade in that entire rivalry and the 18 and 17 banners just for it to all have happened the exact same way in New York, where New York was on top, the same way it was New York running it it for years and years with the Yankees in baseball. Furthermore, the Knicks are the team of the city. They actually do, in fact, play there, unlike everybody else. The Bronx Bombers on East 161st Street. Big Blue and Gang Green, sadly, in the Meadowlands. The New Jersey Nets in the fucking Barclays Center. Have no fear, Brooklyn is here. But this is New York basketball. This is the New York Knicks. That and then the Wemby side of the argument for the league, where they want to crown Vic as the new guy of the future to lead the league for the next 20 years. And they know for a fact that a sweep is bad for the legacy. They know that. For Victor Wembanyama's legacy, it's better to miss the playoffs altogether than it is to get swept in the playoffs. So they gave them Game 3.
Yeah, for sure.
They tried giving him Game 4.
But we are so much better.
We came away. That little moment in the middle of the game where they decided to flash on the screen going into half. This is like the largest lead in half. Excluding the bubble. Now suddenly that Mickey Mouse ring of LeBron's is not kosher anymore. They don't include it.
Yeah, it mattered all the time. Now it's like, it counts.
For the last 5 years, it's been, no, that was in fact a real ring. And that whole little hiatus there, sabbatical LeBron and AD had to heal up and get it right. That doesn't actually take away from it. It doesn't detract. But now all of a sudden when the Knicks are down going into halftime, suddenly they're like, well, that one doesn't really count, actually. The Knicks suck.
It counted up until now. Now also when you include the fact that they had no audience, they had no crowd.
No travel.
No travel. They're just this little confined arena. Now all of a sudden it counts.
Looking at the stat sheet, Josh Hart, 6 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. OG, 33 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Karl Anthony Towns, Big Purr, 25 minutes played, got 13 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. The captain, JB, Jalen Brunson, 36 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. And Mikal Bridges, rounding out the starting 5, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Some stuff off of the bench. Nothing too crazy except for Jose Alvarado's 8 points,
GTA,
2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a hell of a lot more. I don't care that Brunson scored more than OG. While in reality he may have, in actuality he did not. Brunson can have his 19U MVP, his Bob Cousy Award, his 2 championships at Villanova, his Big East Player of the Year award, and he wins. He wins, right? Winners win. It's what they do. However, when push came to shove tonight, while Brunson may have closed the gap, OG is the one who made sure to seal that lid real tight so the next guy comes into the kitchen, opens up the fridge, pulls out the jar, and he can't open nothing. He's entirely emasculated.
We were in danger
For the majority of the game.
I quit after the first quarter of this game.
I didn't even want to throw you under the bus here, but I'll call a spade a spade. All right, you straight up said to me, hey, Alex, I think I just want to turn the game off.
I said it before the first quarter was over.
And I said, no, even if these Knicks, my New York Knicks, even if they do, in fact, go ahead and somehow, God forbid, get dog walked the rest of the way. From being up 2-0 to down 2-4 the same way the Suns did, the same way Mikal Bridges had once done in his young career. If that had happened, I still said to you, even then, when times were dark, when the sun was setting and the moon was rising, blood moon and all, I said to you, I would rather watch every minute of the Knicks in the finals, even be if they lose, because it's been 26 years since they've been there.
Yeah, my response to that was a serious shrug, a big old eye roll, and I was reaching for the remote. I didn't want to watch it the first quarter. The first quarter had 2 minutes left, and I was like, these guys lost. They choke. Everybody on our starting lineup, Cat, Brunson, Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, choke artists.
Well, turns out our fearless leader, Mike Brown, was right. All we needed to do was close that gap to under 17. You go into the fourth quarter, 15, green pastures ahead. You're good to go.
Yeah, he's good to go.
But as the game was going on, we had our highs, we had our lows, we had our ebbs, we had our flows. The Mike Brown adjustments, these rotations, the confidence on display. He doesn't care if he's sinking in quicksand, he's still standing tall, shoulders back and chest out. Tom Thibodeau who? Tibbs, we lose that game in Cleveland, and then that gets in our heads, and we don't even come out against Cleveland. Cleveland goes to the finals.
It's crazy. During the season, we're watching Mike Brown games, and it's like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? We're losing games we should be winning. He's figured it out. He's the coach of coaches.
He's the coach of coaches. And I hate to say it, Richard Jefferson, RJ was right. Hart was ball watching for a minute there when Castle crashed the glass. And I hate to agree with Richard Jefferson the same way I would hate to ever agree with Legler. I hate him as well. If RJ says legs one more time on the broadcast, I'll kick my own ass.
You know what? I'll kick your ass and kick my ass afterwards.
Mike Breen, I am fine with you. I know you have your mixed feelings, Robbie.
Yeah, the problem with him is RJ and Legs don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so he is.
All they do is talk and talk and talk.
Yeah.
Breen doesn't get a chance to talk because the other two idiots don't stop talking. And RJ is this close to making out with Legs. It's insane.
I don't know. Suspiciously enough, Richard Jefferson can't seem to keep his arm off of the shoulder of Legler.
Every time it cuts to him, he's like, hey, I'm yawning. Oh, put my hand on your left breast.
Taylor Lautner, cheap by the dozen too. Baker versus Murtaugh. Talking about our opponents. Stefan Castle, you are an actual demon. Fuck your mother.
Yeah, really, go fuck your mother.
Dylan Harper, you're an actual demon and fuck your father and fuck him 5 times for me. Julian Champagny, ugly, and I guess God gave you that 3-point shot to make up for that facial hair you actually grow and somehow choose to keep.
Ugly fucking face.
Wemby, you're skinny, you're French, you look like a jackass shaving the tip of your widow's peak. It's stupid, that little shadow you leave up front. Just look like the kid for times.
Oh, yeah, it's good times. You're right.
Dynamite. Let your hair grow in, actually, Victor. You look like a damn fool.
Fool and a half.
Keldon Johnson, you should probably be making a bigger impact than you are. De'Aaron Fox, I'm still waiting for Mike Brown to use that little sleeper agent trick he dropped back in Sacramento where he can just say like blueberry pie and suddenly De'Aaron Fox drops to the ground and can't play basketball anymore.
I think he did it tonight because he missed a lot of shots.
Luke Cornett, nothing else to say other than you're a genuine piece of shit. Stop meeting us every single playoff series on some other team as you team hop around. Just go end your career in Utah and get out of my face. And take Kelly Olynyk's unwashed, ugly ass with you. As far as the New York Knicks, the team who did in fact win, Alvarado, stud, should be given the keys to the city. He should be given his pick of the litter within New York City. I personally think that the Don who attended Game 3 should formally present and offer Ivanka for the hometown hero, just on principle.
Yep.
He's twitchy, he's fast, and he's quick. Nothing is more dangerous.
And he's super hot. I love the way his hair is pulled back in the corners with the headband. I think it's awesome.
Wouldn't go that far, but he's a pest with a good base, and I loved that single leg he shot on Wemby. I'm not sure how it's chill, but I don't know how the Wemby shove to Brunson was chill either, so I guess it's fine. If this is okay, you can just go for the leg. I wonder what would happen if you go for the double leg. Also, my jaw was on the floor regarding the whole not a backcourt heads-up play from him because he's just got the game. He's got the guac.
Yeah, that was sick as hell.
Richard Jefferson said it best, surprise, surprise, but Alvarado, a savvy little sphinx.
Savvy little sphinx.
It's actually a backcourt violation when it's the ball and both feet. Jose Alvarado, on a dime, Michael Jackson leans to the left. Turns out feet went across the line, ball stayed behind, and we get the foul because of it. Shamet, he had his moments in the playoffs. He had him early. He hasn't had him as of late. That's fine.
It's totally fine because he's ugly as sin, so he can have a couple foul games here and there.
Hart, physical, he got ahead of himself. He was looking up for that ball when Castle crashed the glass. He missed that. He got a little lazy. He had his little choke on the missed go-ahead layaway. A little quick diagnostics report. Turns out Hart was going to go for the dunk, then readjusted. All rim. Jalen, he came on right hot at the exact right time, right quick. Is it his best series? No. Has he had better moments? Yes. Did he come in when we needed him to in the clutch? He did. Did he score more than OG? Supposedly. OG, just the tip, Anunoby. He's batting 1,000. He should probably be coronated. Make the Anunobys the new royal family of the UK. That block on Fox was absolutely ridiculous. The putback was even more impossible to believe.
That putback was insane.
Fox is a fool, though. Just the way he's given OG that block in the first place. Why didn't he dribble it out? That will haunt him at night for the rest of his life. And he's the adult. He's older than me. He isn't the kid who's too little for this big moment on the team. He's supposed to be that veteran presence for the Spurs team. And the fact that he does not dribble the ball out, the fact that he even gives OG the opportunity just to stat pad. He says, hey, OG, please pad away. It's embarrassing.
I hope 10 years from now, he's going to bed. He wakes up in a cold sweat. He's thinking about it. OG's right there in his sleep. He can't stop thinking about it. I hope you get sick about it.
I hope it eats at you. You can't breathe without me.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, exactly.
He's just an actual damn fool. Kicking the ball out of bounds, going for that layup. He passes the ball out of bounds, trying to give it to Stephon Castle across Wemby. He misses those James Harden step-back threes. And Vic, his running mate, his partner in crime, his PIC, Vic misses both free throws. Monster free throws to miss one of them. The guy shanks both of them. And not to mention, De'Aaron Fox also let OG Anunoby cut because he decided to double double Brunson randomly for that final three. I'm just shocked that Vic didn't throw the ball off Castle's back, foul Brunson, and miss the go-ahead game winner if he was planning on losing again the whole time, just like he did in game 2. Hook, Porty, and Shohan, 3-4 good minutes, doing big shit, even living on Little Street themselves. They come in when they're needed. They do just enough. Cat, he cried in his brother's arms. That's fine, I guess. He did hit that one big three. Mikal, he seems to be on his Sam Darnold arc of seeing ghosts out there, but he's trying to put it together. He had a few moments. Deuce has got to be better. Mitch, he's got to bring those lobs down. It's real fun to watch him grab them and hold them, but I promise you it feels twice as fun to actually bring him home and sink them in. And then Jordan Clarkson, JC's doing just enough.
Yeah, he's really great at shooting.
Yeah.
He's really
Can't do anything else.
Yeah, he can't catch the ball. He can't dribble the ball. He can't look at the ball.
No. It's similar to how that Brunson guy, our captain, how he can like really come up in the clutch and he can hit his shots and he can get to his spots and he can herky-jerky left, herky-jerky right, but he kind of sees like passing lanes and angles like a blind guy sees corners.
Yeah, for real, he can't pass for shit.
Yeah, I don't want him passing any ball ever, not even on an open court, both hands from the chest right to the guy. I don't trust him facilitating almost at all. What I do trust is Mikal in the mid-range just off the elbow. I trust OG on any power-up dunk. Cat actually pulling up for 3 at some point in the game. Jalen's herky-jerky shit. Hart on a coast-to-coast playing with steam, running down meets who can't handle the show.
Cat also has a little more confidence pulling those threes.
On every mismatch, he thinks about it, and we hear on the call every time, oh, Carl Anthony Towns. He thought about it for a second.
Exactly.
He needs to just start actually pulling the trigger on some of these.
Yeah, he's thinking way too long.
We need 1 pound of pressure on this trigger.
And this Spur team, honestly, everyone's saying the Spurs are great. This is a young team, blah, blah, blah. They suck. The
Wouldn't
Knicks
go that
are,
far.
The Knicks are better.
I agree with that sentiment. I don't know about this team sucking. I don't want to diminish our, potential championship at even a little bit.
All right, I said 3
This is actually the toughest team in the history of the NBA, and we are finding a way to beat them.
Go walk back to San Antonio with your little Spurs. Go cling, cling, cling back to Texas and go fuck yourselves.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid here.
So am I.
We're ahead because of coaching. We actually are running lineups. We're getting creative. We're having 4 centers in the first quarter. We're playing along with these ticky-tacky fouls. Every review somehow turns its head on to Karl Anthony Towns is actually at fault. The calls are all going one way. Wemby is a punk, and he's French, and that together is the difference between being just a criminal versus being a violent criminal.
Yeah, not to harp on the whole calls are going one way. I know it was last game, but so it's okay for the Spurs to grab our players by the neck, throw them on the ground. It's all fine, well and good. But if we breathe and blink too closely to the Spurs, that's a problem. That's a foul. That's a flagrant.
If the 7'6" giant gets pushed 1 inch off of his base, it's suddenly weird.
If Cat blinks and the wind from his eyelashes goes blowing onto Wembanyama, it's a problem.
In his glory as ever, from, I'm just blurry out there, to I'm actually just not playing to myself. If we just play good, not even good. If we just play normal, we'll beat them. I'm not scared.
I'm a French asshole.
Wemby, after the game, he said it all. It was truly a game of 2 halves for the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday at Madison Square Garden. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs were on the wrong end of the most historic comeback in the NBA Finals history and are now tasked with overcoming a sizable deficit of their own to stay alive in the best-of-7 series, which they trail 3-1. Quote, "We clearly weren't the most hungry in the second half," Wembanyama told reporters after the defeat. Wembanyama, who led the Spurs with 24 points, 9 of 25 shooting, and 13 rebounds, missed 2 crucial free throws with 1:47 left in the fourth quarter as the Spurs clung to a 104-103 lead. Quote, "I can't really explain it right now. I don't know," Wembanyama added. "I think it's just execution, greediness of some sort." End quote. The Spurs led 76-49 at halftime to establish a new NBA record for the most points by a visiting team in the first half of a finals game. They managed only 30 points after the break, and that 46-point decrease tied the largest downturn from a first half to second in playoff game over the last 70 years, according to Elias. Quote, "Holding each other accountable, communicating, and not pointing fingers," end quote. Quote, "After that, we either got it or we don't, but we've proven that we can surpass these difficulties. Even though we haven't been there before, I'm convinced we are built this way, and we are going to use the better of this, and it's going to tighten us up," end quote. Mumble, jarble, gerbil, gerbil. Wembanyama is just slurring his way through the finish line. Wembanyama and co will now return home ahead of the Saturday's pivotal Game 5 in San Antonio. This is all uncharted territory for a young Spurs team lacking any playoff experience. Quote, It's going to go one of two ways, a bad one and a good one, Wembanyama said. The bad one would be giving up. The good one would be getting stronger from this, getting more together, and I know this is what we're going to do, end quote. Fuck your face, Victor French Frog Wembanyama.
I think the Spurs are going to all bend down, bottom jerseys down past their knees.
Jeff Teague jersey on, no drawers.
Yep. Our starting lineup, fuck all of them in the ass. No Vaseline. It's going to be a raw dog.
Raw dog. I said going into the second half. No one can vindicate it but you, really, but I said it. I said OG needs to do it, him or Mikal or some combination. In the end, it turned out just to be OG. When you were downtrodden thinking the Knicks had lost, along with every other fans watching this New York Knicks team, you thought it was over. And I said, humbly, going into the second half, yeah, it'd be great if Jalen came on hot. It'd be sick if Cat took over. But what I think needs to happen is an OG come around, and what happened to have happened, an OG come around finish. You can vindicate it.
I can't vindicate it. I just did. But I was out after the first quarter. After the second quarter, I was out. We're not going to win. I was huffing and puffing. I kept making us alcoholic drinks. I was trying to drink my sorrows away. And you were like, you know what? I think we got this.
I think OG's got this. I took all my money. I put it on number 8. I wasn't going on black or on red or the first 12, the second 12, or the third 12. I was putting it all on my number, on OG.
You did. You said that, and I didn't believe you, and I was wrong.
I'll be honest. Even with my infatuation with OG Anunoby tonight, Grand Theft Alvarado, GTA is a monster. As far as the stars go, we need more T Swift. She looked absurdly hot. Maybe it was seeing her in the blue and orange. Maybe it's my love for Fleetwood Mac and I liked her Stevie Nicks shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just the actual bounce itself.
It was a combo of all three.
But she somehow managed to outdo Kylie Jenner next to Tim Tam Shalading, who actually had her tits out like it was show and tell, and she had to think quick on her feet about what to show off. And then Swift with the SVU chick was cracked. Who had any idea T-Swizzle was so pert and attractive all of a sudden? The real fans in the house, Spike Lee, he went through it. Adam and Jackie, they were going through it. Her in her varsity jacket, him in his vaguely Knicks-related orange sweatshirt. Jim Jam Fallon was contemplating shit. Fat Joe right next to him, physically getting thinner like a Stephen King novel as the game went on and we Knicks were starved.
He looked angry the entire time.
Jerry and Larry, who didn't even sit together. Larry was hanging out with Johnny McEnroe. They all went through the ringer, the three of them.
Larry David, like he was ready to go home, go to sleep. He was so disgusted.
Larry David crisscrossed his legs so far, I didn't even think he had a dick anymore.
Exactly.
Then Rachel Zegler, the real belle of the ball, she was there in spirit, posting back to the good old days when Disney used to fund her lavish lifestyle of actually being courtside. Unfortunately for her, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out in 2023 or 2024 and not 2026. Maria.
All joking aside, if she was my Maria, I also would have gotten shot in the fucking heart and died for her.
Yeah. Rachel Zegler died for our sins.
Exactly.
Michael J. Fox, he was sitting there, he was shaking and shit, subtly as ever, right on next to Lundqvist, who is himself familiar with some big moments in MSG. And then not Joe, not Nick, but Kevin Jonas, Mr. 11. We all know Nick's fandom is as fake as Ben Stiller's, and that goes twice over for Marsha Brady next to him. But Nick Jonas wasn't there, Joe Jonas wasn't there, Kevin Jonas was, he was celebrating. Not to mention James Dolan sitting there, legs spread as far as humanly possible. He looked like he was having this big existential moment of his own like hubris, like he felt all sanctimonious, saying how he was right the whole time. He never should have taken his hands off of the franchise. He never should have given up all that control to Leon Rose. He was second guessing everything. The royalty as well, from the slums of Shyland, Wu-Tang Clan struck again. The RZA, the Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Raekwon the Chef, You God, Ghostface Killer, and the Method Man all in attendance.
METHOD
man.
METHOD man.
Not to mention the real celebrity row, Mello, Patrick Ewing, Johnny Boy, Latrell Sprewell, and Starberry himself, all right to the left of the basket. A short throws away from Spike Lee on the non-broadcast angle of the presentation.
Well, John Starks is really the sixth man on the bench for us.
I agree. The way he hops up into every single call to get in their face and tell him what's up and what's what. Johnny Boy is, honestly, quite possibly the real lifeblood of the 2026 New York Knicks, which would help a lot from that whole choke job he did in 1996.
Yeah, he's trying to redeem himself.
The Finals MVP, I know I shouldn't step too far in front of my own face, but I am thinking about it, and it feels like it's got to be one of those Andre Iguodala type FMVPs. Unless Brunson goes nuclear in Game 5, it's just got to go to someone who's been unsung, and Cat had it, and for a second he was that guy. But these last two games, back in the Garden, back in New York, back in his central Jersey stomping ground, he's gone a little limp.
Yeah, he's got to shoot more threes.
Sure, he can still fuck out there. He can give a thrust or two, but he's not really pounding Vaj anymore the way he was for those first 2 games. So I don't know if he's got it in him anymore.
He seems a little scared, honestly.
Hart would be the ultimate feel-good from the Lake Show to the Pelicans out to Portland of all places, and then coming to the Mecca being the kind of player he is. Everyone at home watching the glue guy actually come out on top would be an amazing finals MVP story, but he's got to grab at least 25 boards off the glass for that to feel right as an actual, here's the award. Alvarado would be even more fun than Shamet getting it, since Shamet's kind of cooling off. OG would feel good and really hush the whole, he actually makes more money than JB. And legacy-wise, him having that one charity ring from back on the bench when he was injured in 2019 when the Raptors went all the way, courtesy of Kawhi Leonard. When Kawhi bestowed that ring upon all those Northern Canucks, if OG goes ahead, has that charity ring he keeps nice in his little display, if he goes from having that charity ring to where the main star doesn't get it, like with Tatum and Brown getting the Finals MVP when the Celtics won in 2023, if OG Anunoby gets a Finals MVP after that Make-A-Wish championship ring he has back from 2019, that's the equivalent of any role player, or Ron Harper getting 5 rings, just getting a Finals MVP in itself.
Well, honestly, if he plays like he did tonight again,
he deserves it.
He might get that, yeah.
Yeah, he would deserve it immediately. And this Knicks Big Five, at the end of the day, really does feel kind of like that 14-50 Atlanta Hawks shit where just everybody was getting their nods. Because I want OG, JB, Bridges, Cat, and Hart all getting gold jackets at the end of the day.
Yeah, I want all of them but Bridges. Bridges is disappointing me in the last couple of games.
I don't want to hear about the picks. I don't want to hear about Bridges' highs and lows. We wouldn't be here without him.
Fair.
Dante DiVincenzo, stay humble, young fella. Hope you find your way back, you Dago.
Yeah, really. Come back in a year or 2.
I hope to see Selena Gomez back in San Antonio. 2026 Selena with all the curves. And I know Tony Parker and Eva Longoria split years ago, but I want to see her there too. I miss Gabby Solis in San Antonio. But looking at this team, Devin Vassell, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Champagne's ugly ass, it's only 5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Victor Wembanyama, 24, 13, and 1. De'Aaron Fox, 18, 5, and 7. His best game of the series, still not enough. Stephon Castle, 13, 5, and 5. Dylan Harper, probably the best player on the team tonight, 21, 4, and 3. Helen Johnson did nothing, 18 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. That little young-looking bitch, Bryant, 5 minutes, 5 points, 1 rebound. Luke Cornett, thankfully, does nothing because he's worth nothing.
Yeah, fuck that guy. We played him last year.
You didn't even remember.
That's my point. I didn't remember him. You kept bringing up, hey, remember that guy? Remember that guy? You showed me clips. I was like, no, remember that guy? That guy is the biggest fucking asshole on this fucking planet.
Luke Cornett had that one game last year against the Celtics where he was doing his nonsense Luke Cornett jump ball antics where he's hopping up arms in the air. He had some 10-point, 10-rebound, 8-block game, some bullshit last year against the Celtics.
He was on the Celtics, you just said?
Last year he was.
Pick a fucking team, asshole.
I do not want to undersell that Cat 3 in the corner falling back into the crowd. You know which one I'm talking about. The guy is a slow-motion movie star. Vic needs to fix that thin little French guy mustache and have some class. This isn't the Rhinelands. Don't give it up so easy.
Yeah, for fucking sure.
OG is long, strong, and loves a thick woman in an itty-bitty thong. He absolutely loves an ass that'll swallow up a G-string and up north 2 bee stings. It's the greatest putback in NBA history. Oh, Gugwa. Oh, Gugwa. Huh?
You're saying it wrong.
Oh, Gugwa. Oh, Gugwa.
Still saying it wrong. I have no idea how to say it.
I'm pretty positive it's Oh, Gugwa.
2 games ago, Chuck and Shaq were talking to him. They're like, how do you say your name? And he goes, ha 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 ha.
No, he said Oh, Gugwa.
He's like, oh, bagaba.
No, Oh, Gugwa.
And
There's some respect, dude. It's Oh, Gugwa and Anobi.
Whatever it is, they repeated it back to me. That's wrong.
They're wrong. I'm not. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're the guy who didn't think OG had it in him. I said Oh, Gugwa had it from day one.
I didn't think he had it in him.
Overall, I think when you killed that mouse...
Me?
Yeah, the mouse in the house and the fox in the box.
I'm the mousetrap guy.
I think when you were like, let me capture this mouse on this mousetrap in the middle of the game in the third quarter, or the Knicks won that run. If you think about it, the Knicks were down the first half of the third quarter. Then you went upstairs and you caught that mouse and you had it in the trap. And you said, you know what? One trap's not enough. Let me put a second trap on that mouse. Make it into a little
cake.
Like an ice cream sandwich of a mouse trap. And then you said, no, hold on, that's not enough. Let me put it in a plastic bag and twist that shit tight. Let me make sure this mouse asphyxiates. And then let me take that, swing it around in a few good swirls, give it a little discombobulation as it's choking on its own lack of air. Then you threw it into a garbage can.
So you mean to say they would have lost if it wasn't for me?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I think your field mouse, blood sacrifice.
Yep.
I think it was like the thing in Angel Heart with Johnny Handsome. Johnny Favorite.
I know who I am.
I know who I am.
I know who
I know who I am. I know. Would you prefer horn, tail, and cloven hooves? I think that blood sacrifice was that NOLA voodoo juju. I think Jose Alvarado spent time in New Orleans. He came back from NOLA. He's back up northeast. He's in New York. He's in his hometown. I think he brought some of that whole, Abe Dua Dembala bullshit.
Yeah.
I think he's doing some voodoo juju, and I think your mouse sacrifice actually is what helped the Knicks win the game tonight.
Yeah. They were losing until I sacrificed that mouse.
Yeah, that mouse needed to die so the Knicks could be prosperous.
I said the formidable words, "Oh my doomy dooba."
Abe Dua Dembala,
Yeah.
give me the power I beg of you.
I said that. I threw a little flame on that garbage, and it was like, here we go. Next one. Breaking all the historic records we could possibly break.
Every historic record, every possible historic record we could have set for the last 15 games, every record we could have possibly set, the biggest comeback in the fourth quarter, the biggest comeback in a half, the most points given up on the score, the second longest run in playoff history, the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history.
There's a little thing called destiny, and a lot of people think it's bullshit. Destiny isn't real, but then all of a sudden you get to like a playoff like this. It's like the Knicks. They are the epitome.
A team of destiny.
Exactly. They are a team of destiny.
A team of destiny. No, it does feel historic. It feels entirely earned after all the hardships and all the jokes and all the mockeries where you have other actual poverty franchises. Because this is the thing most franchises don't realize. Even if the Knicks hadn't won for 100 years, just being in New York makes them significantly better than any of the real poverty franchises, the Utah Jazzes, the Indiana Pacers.
Mm-hmm. Even the Pacers' worst day is the Knicks' best day.
I saw someone who had the audacity to comment on some YouTube short. I think it was on the Bill Simmons post on The Ringer, and someone posted saying something to the effect of how, like, man, all this series proves is that if Tyrese Halliburton didn't rupture his Achilles in Game 7 of the finals last year, then he would have beat the Oklahoma City Thunder last year, and then he would have swept the playoffs this year, and he too would have beaten the Spurs because obviously the Pacers are better than the Knicks, and that, of course, Tyrese Halliburton then would have been defending back-to-back champions and actually won 2 in a row.
You don't have to say that. Halliburton's a fat fuck now.
That's exactly the point I would walk away with as well, because it's like you saw Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum came back and he fought against Philly.
We did it.
And Tyrese Halliburton, just a chubby bunny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just a chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny's he's the ice cream.
I saw a video of Tyrese Halliburton the other day doing the chubby bunny challenge, crying while he was doing it. He's like, chubby bunny. Chubby bunny.
He was chubbier than the bunnies were.
We got OG the Tip Anunoby. We got Robbie the mouse catcher Yurasits.
Yeah, for sure.
We got Alex. What's my nickname?
Alex the Palix. Alex the Malice.
Mouse at the Palace, Alex.
Yep.
But I'm excited to watch Pee Wee to Plug. I want to see what Pierre has to say, what Kenny's got to say. Scap Attack, awful coaching, run it back, NBA, that silly Philly Willy, the funky diabetic, even those schnooks from Synthetic Sports. I want to see what every Jagool's got to say. And more than anyone, I want to hear about Blurry Wemby trying to churn that cream into butter and explain his way out of the barrel on this one. Wembanyama, he should just go down to the Bowery and get with the other fucking drunks where he belongs. And to the Spurs fans, Jesus Christ, some more suckers who think this shit heel's a war hero. Wemby was earmarked for general, but Wemby likes to spit in everybody's eyes. So what do they call it when they give you the shaft in the military? You're passed over, and Victor Wembanyama is passed over for fucking promotion. All right, this team is still young enough where this team can. What if the Knicks go on some immaculate, dynasty run, and it's the next 3 years is just Knicks?
Oh, for sure.
No, you were on the screen, for real.
For real.
They really did.
Brunson gets it, fires up a 3. Shot no good, the chip, it's gone! It's gone! It's gone! With 1.2 remaining, Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby, it's 107-106.
Bye, Chiquita. Bye, little summer. Bye, little
I was somebody who said, hey, Brunson's on the team. I don't give a fuck.
Huh?
I was somebody who said, hey, Brunson's on the team. I don't give a fuck.
One more time.
I was somebody who said, hey, Brunson's on the team. I don't give a fuck.
One more time.
I was somebody who said, hey, Brunson's on the team.
Slow down one more time. You got this.
I was somebody who said, hey, Brunson's on the team. I don't give a fuck.
Brunson's not on the team. I don't give a fuck.
I was somebody who said, hey, Brunson ain't on the team. I don't give a flying fuck.
Way better, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Meow.
Bye, sucker!